All right. Hello and welcome everyone to another of the 2022 builds refreshes. Today we're going to be talking about NYX. And luckily for NYX, recently there is a job that she's actually quite good at and that I have used her for a little bit. And it's really fun and good, especially because the hilariously ridiculous nerfs to Dissipate have made it so that Valkyrie is now not very good at Cascade. NYX is good at Cascade, especially if you want to do it in a very chill way, or if you want to do some solo steel path and, go to like C rotation or whatever and do that stuff. Or if you want to do it in a party, NYX is very, very good for Cascade, kind of no matter how you want to do that. So for her, I will say, with Dissipate being nerfed, she is a Warframe that is constantly channeling her 4, so she can't use Xeneric or other energy solutions, so you pretty much have to use Dispensary. Obviously, Dispensary is best with an Energize, or you could go like the Equilibrium route that some people like to do, though I personally don't like it, but Dispensary will provide you with enough energy to sustain yourself pretty much indefinitely, even with its nerfed state from the altar. And that's only with the 133% duration that you can see here. Plus, on our build, we are using the new Molt efficiency. So, while shields are active, 6% ability duration per second, up to a maximum of 36%. 36% duration is going to be nice and comfortable for us, and we're almost never going to lose our shield. So, this buff is going to be pretty much indefinite. For that, obviously, this is an assimilate build. You're going to hit your 4, and you're going to be basically unkillable unless there are an absolutely colossal amount of enemies shooting at you. And we need a decent amount of range so that we can use our 3, which stops a large amount of enemies from shooting at us. It is actually worth it to spend the energy on Chaos just so you do not spend so much more energy on Absorb from enemies shooting at you. If it were the case where the drain per second was actually just a consistent 1, NYX wouldn't really have any energy problems at all, and it actually might be the case that you would replace Chaos for one of her subsumes and keep Mind Control and just build more duration into her kit, but we don't live in that world, and you do kind of need to throw Chaos in there every once in a while. But the reason we are using NYX is because she has access to Psychic Bolts. This is unfortunately not the ability that she gives to other Warframes, as that would be absolutely phenomenal, but with a very, very small amount of power strength. We're at 130%. This does a 100% defense reduction, which includes all armor and all shields, which is super, super strong, turns out. It's basically everything Ash's Shuriken wishes it was and more. It takes less strength, so on and so forth. Doesn't need the augment, so on and so forth. Just phenomenal. Definitely a fantastic armor strip, and this allows her to just use her guns to kill the Steel Path level Thrax enemies, and it's no problem at all. I am currently using enemy radar just because it's nice and convenient to have like a very large enemy radar to know where the enemies are, but you can kind of choose whatever comfortable thing you want in terms of what you're going for her aura. There's lots of different options that you can choose from. You could even, if you wanted to build more strength than this, you could honestly go like power donation to give your allies strength. If you don't feel like you need the full 160 range, you could just drop stretch, or if you don't think you need all this efficiency, you could drop streamline, though I really wouldn't suggest it. And you could just like rely on your additional duration from Molt efficiency and just additional duration in general, of course, to give you that extra efficiency for your 4. A few different things you can do to tweak this, but generally, I really like this build. The reason you run Prime Flow and Fleeting and Streamline is because you really want that large energy reserve for when lots of enemies start shooting at you, because you need it to last a bit so that you can get that chaos out and, react to your situation and stop enemies from really shooting at you too much whenever you get into those situations. Notably, NYX is very, very, very slow in Assimilate. So the way that you're going to have to play her is you're probably going to want at least your Xeneric passives on your operator to be fully leveled. You want a max to Void Siphon and max to Void Flow on whatever tree you happen to be using. They don't have to be unbound if you are going to be using Xeneric, and the slow is nice for her. Though, I will say, that the chained sling node in Madurai is exceedingly good. So if you can manage it, Madurai is probably overall best for her. In the run that we're going to show, I do use Zeneric, but I think it was the wrong choice just because the cheaper slings are important, because while you're in your 4 and you have this, you know, super slow walk speed, you can roll now, which is nice, but you can't jump or anything like that. You're pretty much going to be jumping out into operator and using your void slings to get around whenever you need to travel large distances, and, you know, go from place to place. In Cascade, this is not really a big deal, as that's honestly what you're probably going to be doing in a lot of cases anyway, but it is a consideration for whether or not you are going to enjoy playing as NYX. So for that, things are pretty simple. All you're really going to do is you are going to, you know, jump in, use your 4, have this on, throw the chaos in there, throw down this for energy. You can see the drain whenever a lot of enemies are shooting at me, and then just kill them. Just get them, give them the old shoot. There's not much they can do about it. You got that full armor strip, which is going to make things like very simple in your life, because, you know, armorless enemies especially are just going to absolutely be evaporated by any kind of a decent weapon. Obviously, in this case, we're using the Latum, which is a little bit better than decent. But yeah, defenseless enemies, turns out, very easy to kill. And that's pretty much the long and the short of what you're doing. Obviously, I am showing a Cascade run that I did solo on the Steel Path. So it's not our normal, you know, running through and doing Steel Path survival. But I think it's more so what she's for. So I figured it would be better to show that. She can, on this build, definitely do the Steel Path survival. Though I would suggest you go with like a very AoE heavy weapon that can really chew through some enemies, like the Bubonico, for example. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for NYX. She's actually in like a reasonably solid spot right now. I think if they capped out the amount of like drain per second she could take on her 4 a bit lower, I think that she'd actually be in an exceedingly solid spot, because she wouldn't have as many energy issues. But even as she stands right now, she's useful for Cascade for, like, you know, just a very chill, enjoyable run through, even on the Steel Path. And that's pretty good. So yeah, enjoy the run, and I will see you tomorrow. And then let's just do a solo Cascade. This should be pretty chill. Yeah, a lot of people definitely do not know about the fast travel, which obviously sounds insane to anyone that's watching this stream. Like, how can you not know? But like, also understand that there are people that are like running the aura that regenerates your health.
Meddling with the reliquary drive
is that, do you need any more further information on, or no?
Keep them purged so they can stop the cascade getting out of hand. That possessed Exolizer is spitting out contamination. Use your void power to purge it.
All right, I need to build that up. There we go. Latum does not need to be built up.
Enemy forces moving to your location. Void Cascade losing steam.
Oh, I forgot to equip a pet. Shit. Okay, that makes my life annoying, so we're actually going to restart because I forgot to equip a pet. This is what I get for going to Captura. Yeah, not having vacuum in hell. I'll just run pans.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return.
Love the small ship. Yeah, small ship is very fun.
Safe and sound.
All right, here we go. This time for real. This time I equipped the pet. We did it right. If Curiosity does roar buff your railjack or just your frames, it used to buff your railjack. It doesn't anymore. They nerfed that. Norcane interacts with Hildren how you thought it might then. Oh yeah, it does. That's gonna be a thing. That's There was a delicious interaction there. Oops.
Deployed all together, they will cause an instant
Vacuum should just be
void
core
cascade.
functionality by this point. You're right.
Stagger their deployment.
Too bad it'll never happen.
First, so they can cleanse the ship instead of corrupting it. That possessed Exilizer is spitting out contamination. Use your void power to purge it.
Okay, much better.
Oh, that got their attention. Enemy forces moving to your location. Contamination subsiding.
What's the meme we're talking about? I joined late. Well, okay. I'm not going to talk about the Hildren nonsense here because this is going to go into a YouTube video. But we will talk about it. That will be in a separate video on the YouTube, and we'll talk about it after this run. That means for those of you on YouTube, you guys can come find this archive on Twitch if you want to see that real bullshit, that hot new off the presses bullshit.
That Exilizer is working for us now.
Yeah, it's true. Throw this dispenser out here again because we have to. Because the fucking arcane got nerfed, which was stupid.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Maybe better for the game to let that fly under the radar for a bit. Yeah.
The enemy has triggered the release of a possessed Exilizer.
Also, for anyone who's wondering, I am using a 427. It is not the best amp, but it is super comfortable. And comfiness is king.
We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups.
Their Prism's the 547. Valid. Yeah, Dispenser is nice here. It's just unfortunate that I have to use Dispenser to make the energy economy, like, you know, work in a way that's comfortable.
A void manifestation is possessing an Exilizer. Stop it before it beats the Cascade. We just lost an Exilizer to possession.
Bang, bang. Also, the headshots are really good. We just lost an... The moment I leave...
Keep any roaming thrax away from that Exilizer until it discharges. That'll nip this Cascade in the bud.
They just cannot be trusted for 2 seconds. Are you Spider-Manning instead of void dashing? I'm void dashing.
Exilizer
Hey,
spent.
hey, bub. Or void sling. Yeah, void sling now. Yeah, they changed the name. It's kind of still a dash. Although if you Vile Rush while on a simulate, you can do a small jump and aim glide for a bit. Interesting. I think that they should keep the no jumping restriction on NYX, but she should walk at regular speed. Like, I think some restriction is fine, but like it's kind of like annoying
What sort of nightmares you
to
might
like have like the slow walk when you don't want to.
Our enemy has
Also,
abandoned
alternatively,
valuable supplies.
super related to that, you should always be sprinting. You should always be sprinting, and then the sprint key should actually make you walk. Because what the fuck is the rule of cool doing? It's been really slacking off here with that. Like, where has the rule of cool been on that one? Yeah, she can roll now, and that's fine. Yeah, Quinn doesn't really know what he's talking about. He doesn't know how to read the charts in this mission, and that's okay. That's okay. We still love Quinn. Hello, Angst. Die mad about it. Anyway. Also worth noting. Oh, whoops. Did it the wrong way. Also worth noting for anyone who's wondering, I am not using the second arcane on this amp yet. So if you don't have that, don't worry about it. This amp will be even better when I do have that second arcane, though. So there's also that. What's the choice for second amp arcane? I really like that new one. I don't have it yet, but I think it's super good. How dare you? First of all, how dare you? This is also what's nice about having this, is that it's a ranged amp. Like, it goes very far. It's very convenient for that. Make sure no one else is gonna show up. I get the feeling if I leave, another Thrax is going to show up and try and take this ship. Like, I feel that. I feel that in my blood. So I'm going to give it a second. I also hey, a nice notable thing about Cascade is that it's easier for solos now. Because there is more time between the... how do I put this? Like, the Cascade going wrong. Like, you have more of, like, a grace period. Also, this tile layout is so good. One of the best tile layouts I've ever had. It's a great rotation. Like, rooms are actually, like, pretty well connected. And, like, there's, like, yeah, it's pretty solid. This is a high quality setup that we got going on here.
Void contamination dropping.
Oops, switch too fast. Bang, bang, bang. Cascadia accuracy.
Exalizer under assault.
Eradicate's great if you aren't running Matarai. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Eradicate's a really, really solid one. If you happen to not be on Matarai.
Exalizer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse. Any nearby attackers will degrade the Exalizer's performance. Clear them out to get the system working full steam.
I feel like that didn't give me like the flashing red warning that one was under threat. Am I just blind? Was I just not looking? I was reading chat.
Void contamination critical.
I just wasn't looking. Okay.
Idea what demons they have invoked upon us all? Our enemies folly.
It did. You weren't paying attention. Queen even had a line. Okay, I was just reading chat. That's my bad. That one's on me. At least Dispenser is an option here. Also, a bunch of people just got Protea. and or an extra Protea in a lot of cases. So you can just throw that into the subsume for this. It's nice.
Exilizer spent.
Malice, fuck you. Yeah. Where'd you go? Did you stop teleporting me to you whenever you glitch out?
Exilizer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse.
There we go. He bugged out and like got locked into that thing.
Cascade intensifying. Now the Exilizer's purged. Any casualties you inflict within its field will bring the contamination level down.
No, why? Where are you? There you are, Jesus. Things got real weird there. So what I needed was Malice being buggy.
Cascade is approaching critical levels. Your time is running out.
Oh. I didn't even see if these would spawn. That was a whole clusterfuck. Hate the new directional shit. Sucks. Every time I do it, I just waste energy into it. Right, this is the reason I should have kept on Matarai as opposed to switching to Zenric. The cheap dashes.
Don't get too distracted.
The Void Cascade has surpassed the tipping point. It's lethal now. Leave the area while you still can. This cascade is growing out of control.
We're fine. Just a little bit of a clusterfuck. It's okay. Also, it was my fault that it was a clusterfuck, so you know. Well, a little bit of it was Malice being fucking really weird.
Cascade receding.
There we go.
We just lost an Exilizer to possession. Get it back. We're down an Exilizer. Working on backups. See what you make of this. Any nearby attackers will degrade the Exilizer's performance. Clear them out to get the system working full steam.
There we go. Saved it.
Exilizer spent. Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Mania, what are we doing here? There you go. Go away. There we go.
Exilizer spent. Contamination levels going in the wrong direction.
Hey. You there. Grab me an arcane. No? Rude of you. It's very rude. What's up, Mike? All right. There we go. God, it's so nice for clearing those. 427 is just super convenient for that. Like, it's slower on killing these guys usually, but man, is it nice.
Equalizer has been retired.
Like, with headshots, it's like about the same, but damn. So nice for opening the portals. Or closing the portals, rather. Oh, and then we're at 16. So that's a C rotation, so we don't need to go any further. And that's just solo. That was pretty chill outside of like the weirdness with Malice and stuff and me not paying attention. So just pay attention if you want it to go even better. TLDR, just pay attention.
Equalizer suppressed. Purge it before it makes the contamination worse.
It's also way easier to use this in a group because NYX doesn't have to go as far. Like, you can like trust your teammates to take care of some things far away. See, it was a 247 or 427. It's a 427. Like the burst fire one feels right in the middle. I don't like the burst fire one for the portal closing. Feels bad for those, I think. Here's a reconstruct. 80k Xeneric, nice. But yeah, that's what's up with that. I love how it opens this even if like you didn't even ask.